Hey everyone, it's Mace1370. We are back for the next part of the Epic 7 new player guide. Before we get into it though, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Also, please see the video description below for a link to my Discord. Alrighty, so I finished 210 in the story and we've progressed to the next day, so we're moving along on the new player check-in rewards. These are actually really important because these day 3 and day 5 and not sure, this is just a summon. Yeah, so the day 3 and the day 5 rewards give you 2 sets of gear that you can use to farm Wyvern 13. So again, that's kind of where all of my decision making is being focused, is how do we get into Wyvern 13 as fast as possible. Some people have asked, if that's really the best choice or if you should start with a different hunt. And I think regardless of how you want to play the game, ultimately doing Wyvern 13 first is probably the best bet, since it gives you 3 useful sets that can all be used for gearing PvE heroes and unlocking the rest of the game. And I think that, for that reason alone, it's best to start with it. So the team that we're going to try to build is mostly accessible through, free-to-play heroes. And one of them you'll have to get from the gacha. So technically not free-to-play, but it's a 3-star. So over here, something we've unlocked is called Connections. I think you can just click Tira. Oh, it's just her. No, we have the rest here. So these are heroes that you can unlock, via certain quest lines. And Montmorency is a 3-star healer that we're going to use for Wyvern 13. So she's really easy to get. We've, completed most of her stuff right here. So that's one character that we're going to use. Another one down here is Furious, who we can't get until we progress a little bit more in the story. So we can either summon him or get him through Connections. That's the other way. And then another hero that we're going to use is Sigrid. She's a 5-star hero. I can show you her in the journal right here. Let's see, she would be, we can do all heroes, and she's a blue warrior, I believe. Yeah, so Sigrid right here. She's a 5-star. She's arguably the, best Wyvern DPS. And Sigrid is somebody that you can get for free. You don't have to get her through Connections. If you go to the Events tab here and you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see this special event, Hunt Expert Challenge. So this is not unlocked yet because we have to complete hunts. So we have to, open more of the game up by completing the story missions. But once you get into hunts, this opens up, and Sigrid is given to you for free in this Wyvern, Hunt Expert Challenge. So it's pretty easy to get her. So that's 3 out of 4 heroes. The 4th hero is Mui, and she is, let's see, is she a warrior? Where's Mui? I know she's a 3-star. She's a blue 3-star. Here she is. So she's a thief. So this is Mui. We do have to summon her via Covenant summons, unfortunately. That's the only way to get her. But because she's a 3-star, I think there's a very high chance you'll get her just by playing the game and doing your daily summon, and then, spending some additional summons, trying to pull her. So let's go into our mailbox. We got our new player check-in. Got another bookmark, so we have some bookmarks we can use. We have our leaves that we'll pick up and some gold, and might as well just pick up this energy. I don't know if I'll be playing enough to use all of the energy, but better to pick it up than let it expire. So that's kind of the objective right now. As I'm progressing through the story, I'm unlocking things, trying to get my Wyvern 13 team going. We can go ahead and do our daily summon here. Let's see. Daydream Joker, hey, look at that. Another copy. Okay, we don't need a tutorial for artifacts. Thank you, though. I think it's not unreasonable to spend some of your resources pulling for Covenants. Depending on when you start the game, you do need a few heroes to get going, and like I said, we do need to pull Mui at some point. It is important to note that you can get Mui on, any banner going on, right? Because she's just a 3-star. So if there's a limited banner, it might be worth pulling on that one rather than just slamming Covenant summons. But these limited banners aren't always, available. And so if that's not the case, then, probably better for, you to try and, get her via the Covenants. That's fine. At least with the Covenants, you have a shot of a ML5, right? Rather than pulling on a specific banner. I almost never recommend pulling on a specific banner unless that hero is like truly important for your progression, and those are few and far between. The main one would probably be Tamarin, and there's a decent shot you get her just by playing the game as well, even though she's a 5-star. All right, so we have one Daydream Joker. Might as well lock this other one. We'll need 3 or 4 copies of this just in general to play the game. Let me go through here. Actually, we have a few check-in things that we can get. You can pick this up. So these are just kind of, one-time little quests that you're able to do. They give you a bunch of free resources. And as this fills up, you get even more heroes. You do have to do it in a certain amount of time, so make sure to do that. Since we are, playing right now during the collab, they have these special bookmarks that you can use to pull up, the heroes. I probably will not try on Giselle for this account, since I think she's probably one of the worst of the 4 so far. We don't have the last one. She'll come out on Thursday, I think. But she looks decent, and at the very least better than Giselle. So I'll probably just use the free bookmarks trying to get her. Okay, this one's done. I'm not specifically trying to complete these missions, but you might as well pick up the rewards while you're here. These catalyst boxes are actually really valuable. Catalysts are super annoying to get. Okay, so let's see here. What's next on the adventurer's path? We have to enhance 2 pieces of equipment to +6. Alright, pick this stuff up. Alright, so here's all of our equipment. None of it looks super desirable to enhance, but we can just throw some random fodder into this stuff and get ourselves up to +6. Just to complete the Adventurer's Path mission. Okay, so, we already had one at +6. Okay, so we got it. And then we have to summon 1 time. I guess I could have used my daily summon for that, but we didn't get there. Okay, so we've unlocked the next part. Another person I think we've unlocked is Free Spirit Tieria. Tieria. She is a hero that was added to the game to help new players. She is a pretty good farmer for the basic story. So remember when we looked at the Moonlight Blessing, we talked about how Arbiter Vildred used to be really good because he was the best, dog walker or story farmer in the game. He arguably still is, but he was hard to get. He was a Moonlight 5, and most people didn't get him. So they added Free Spirit Tieria to the game to give you access to, a dog walker. But after they added her to the game, they changed the way that the adventure, story missions work. Before you had, if you wanted to get characters experience, you had to bring them along. So you would have, your 1 powerful character and 3 low-level characters who were leveling up. They've changed that now, so you just accrue penguins instead. So you can just bring 4 fully leveled heroes and still, accrue penguins, and it makes it a lot easier. So having a hero that's really good at clearing away the trash mobs, like Tieria or Arbiter Vildred, just not that important anymore. So you still get her, I think. Complete connection. Okay, so we get her now. But I don't think it's super important to invest into her. Although, let me rephrase that, because I think she has her own adventurer's path here, if I remember correctly. And as you do it, it gives you resources. So you might as well do that just to get the resources, I think. Yeah. Because the resources aren't bad, these charms and her artifact and stuff. You might as well do it. So we picked her up. We can ignore that for now. We don't really need to focus on her. The main adventurer's path, though, is worth doing, and it looks like I've completed the first, section of that, the Aspiring Adventurer. Receive reward. Okay, so now we have moved on to the next phase, or that's Tierra, so here's the next phase. So we have to summon 1 time, and then clear stage 210, which I think I have done already, and then we've unlocked Abyss. So let's go ahead and summon. That's the Tierra one. Alright, so let's see. If we're going to summon on anything, I guess we might as well just spend 1 on Giselle. And we don't get her. We do get a new hero. Is it Mui? How sweet would that be? It's not. It's Ains. Too bad. So it's pretty easy to get the 3-star heroes. You'll get all of them eventually. So no need to stress about that. And our next thing is clearing floor 3 and Abyss. So the Abyss is a piece of content I wanted to talk briefly about. This is another, it's under the battle menu. It's another PvE or player versus environment mode. So, you're playing against, AI teams or whatever. This isn't against another player. And these are essentially individual boss challenges. Each floor is a specific fight. And as you progress up the Abyss, you get rewards for doing each one. And these rewards are very generous. Like, you get very good stuff for doing Abyss. Starting off, it's not that great, obviously, but you can see there's a lot of bookmarks and charms as we scroll through here, crafting materials, and this equipment. The starting stuff, like the level 71 stuff, is obviously not like super useful, but as you go up, eventually it becomes like some really good equipment. So it's definitely worth doing. And I think they want us to, I guess, do this, so we can probably just bring whoever along here. I don't know how challenging this actually is. It looks like level 12, so yeah, it shouldn't be too hard.
Melt away. Fall into nightmare.
Clear my path.
So with these Abyss floors, the first one always has, a couple trash mobs, which, to be honest, I don't really see as being super important from a gameplay perspective. These are almost never difficult, you just have to get through them, so it just kind of seems to prolong the encounter unnecessarily. And as you can see, the first floor here is very easy to do. Okay, and we got it. So that's an Abyss floor. This one you didn't really have to pay attention to. The first couple ones are just freebies, but as you go down, they become more and more challenging. And I will point out here, because this may not be entirely obvious, or I guess we have to do it on this one. So on the once you can access the floor, before you start it down here, you can see what enemies you're going to fight, and they'll always have the boss here. So you can click on that, and you can actually click on their skills and see what their skills do. So you can read ahead of time to understand like what you have to fight. And it is a lot of reading. These first ones, they don't have very much, but some of the later boxes, each like ability looks like a book. It's like this much text. It's really crazy. And I encourage you to go on YouTube and look up video guides and stuff. They'll usually break it down pretty easily if you're having trouble with something. So these are all very doable with free-to-play gear. You just have to have the right team and the right strategy, and understand the fight. These use Abyss tokens, which are just essentially another currency that recharge just like the lab tokens do. They're just separate for this. You can see how long it takes until you get the next one. So that's Abyss. So I don't need to belabor that point too much. Another feature I will point out here is the guild. So this is something that, if at all possible, you should join a guild. It doesn't have to be a super amazing active guild or anything, but they do give you some pretty important benefits. You fight in what's called Guild War, which is a type of PvP. It's like a static PvP content where you fight against another guild and you can attack towers, and each tower has a little team of enemies on it that is assigned by the enemy guild. You're fighting a computer controlled team, but the other guild does pick what the heroes are and what gear they have and stuff like that. So that's like the player versus player aspect to it. And each time you do that, you'll get mystic medals, which are very important. You can get Molagoras, and they have gold bonuses for being in the guild. So really, like, you should just try to do it if at all possible. I'm just gonna can I join this one? Apply. You have to apply. Okay. Hello. Have a great day. Maybe they have ones that you can just join automatically. Oh, here we go. Automatic. Yeah, for sure. Let's do that. Info. Apply. Do I wish to join? Yes, confirm. I will join. Okay, hey, so we're in. So this is an example of a guild. Once you join one, as that message mentioned, if you want to leave, you have a 24-hour timer before you can join another one. So be careful, I guess, about leaving. Just be aware that you'll be out of a guild for a full 24 hours. And that's important because the Guild War, those happen on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. And if you leave, in the middle of the week, you might miss a Guild War and miss Mystic Medals. There are other things that happen in a guild that are not always around. There's something called Ancient Inheritance, which you can see right here. It's not available right now, but this is like a temporary dungeon that opens up every so often. So if you leave a guild at the wrong time, like, you might lose access to bonuses. Let's see, request aid. We can just request these little green Drake claws. Maybe he has them. So the guild opens up a bunch of new currencies. You'll notice that there's almost never an end to the number of currencies in Epic 7. But these are pretty straightforward. There's 2 main guild currencies. There's these things, the Brave Crest, and then these things, the Commander Armbands. Whenever you send aid to a guild member, it basically, you can send them stuff from your inventory, and then they can send you stuff, whatever you request. So he has the option of sending me these green Drake Claws, and if he requests something, then I can send them to him. Each time you do that, you get these things, and so it's usually recommended that you just pick some random thing, and you'll see the guild, everyone in the guild will be requesting the same thing, and you basically just pass them around just to generate Brave Crests. You can donate every single day, which is nice to do because you get Brave Crests for doing so. So you get something for it, and then the guild member can go into the shop here, and they can buy the Blessing of Wealth is the main thing, which I don't think I can buy because I'm not a vice captain, but whoever made this guild could do it. And that will give bonus gold to everybody, which is, important. They can also buy energy for people and other rewards, so that's important to do. Here is the member shop. This is like the main reason why you join a guild, is for this stuff, on top of obviously like, the fun social interactions and the community and all that. In terms of rewards, though, this is where most of it is. These are artifacts that can only be purchased, in the guild shop. You can't get these anywhere else. And these artifacts are actually very good. They're some of the best in the game. Specifically for PvP. Just very important overall. All really good for the most part. This is probably the worst one, but even that's kind of usable in PvE content. So, that's that. We have weekly missions. These are similar to your reputation quests. You do these, you get rewards. This bar fills up as everybody does them. These are all rewards and they're all important. So that's pretty much it for guilds. I would just recommend joining one as soon as possible. Oh, I think we're in a war right now. Maybe we can show that. But I think you might have to be a certain rank or something to do a war. Okay, you have to set your defense team, so we'll do that. Yeah, and I think the guild leader has to assign you to a tower before you can do anything. So the defense team is 3 heroes, so unlike a lot of content in the game where it's 4 heroes, Guild War is always 3. You just have to, assign a team of 3 heroes to each tower that you get, or each round, I should say, in the tower. And there's obviously strategy that goes into, figuring out your Guild War defense team. I'm just picking random heroes, but how they're geared and, the team composition here all matters. I'm just filling them in for, I guess you can just click auto assign and it does it for you. Sweet. So I think that's saved. Team formation. Yes, it did. Okay. Once you're assigned, or once you assign your team, then they can put you in a tower. We don't have enough people, I think, to participate right now, but that's not really the point of this guild. I think we're just here for the, the daily rewards. Okay, so that's guilds. Let's see what we have. We went over the Abyss. A couple more things that I'll point out here. There's another event going on. So this is the 5-star Moonlight Hero recruitment event. So this is different than the Moonlight Blessing, which is down here. The Moonlight Blessing, guaranteed, right? Moonlight Hero. You definitely get it. I don't think this expires at all. Yeah, I don't see a timer anywhere on here. I think this is just permanently here. But this event is temporary. You have until... they showed the date here. I think there's at least another few more weeks to join this. And once you join it, you have, like 89 days or something to complete it. And you get coins for playing the game. They'll explain how to acquire coins here. Every time you do reputation quests, you get points. Every time you spend energy, you get points. And those points are used to either, do stuff at the shop and buy things, or to unlock the Moonlight Heroes in the Headhunting event. And the way this works is the first one is 40 coins, and then it's I think there might be more after that. You can do it again, but for more coins. But it makes more sense just do the 41 each day. It'll flip over a random Moonlight 5, and you definitely can get duplicates. Once you've flipped over the first 2 rows here, you're able to recruit one and get that hero permanently. No strings attached like the Moonlight Blessing, right? You just get the hero. But you have to get the one that you want. So let's say you're going for Spectre Tenebrio, like we already have her. You have to flip her over at some point. If you don't flip her over by the time you get to the recruit option, you can keep going. And then if you still don't get her, then you can just re-roll it, basically until you get her. So this is a really good opportunity. And if you're starting the game, I would definitely recommend that you get this rolling and get it going, because this is something that takes, multiple days of playing to unlock. And if you want advice on which hero to get, you have to probably talk to people on Discord or, go around. There's a lot of options. It depends on what your goals are and who you've pulled and all this other stuff. Okay, so those were the major things I unlocked. I think what I will do, for funsies, it's probably like technically best to save my bookmarks for the limited hero who's coming up, but we'll do some summons here at the end just to see if we get Mui. And if we don't get her, no big deal. We'll save the rest for the limited hero in a few days. Okay, we got Spark, so that's always exciting. This is an artifact. It is a 4-star artifact. Okay, we got Steadfast Gatekeeper. I think I might already have a copy of that. Okay, this one I can't skip, so I don't have it. It is a hero. Did we get Mui? No, we got Misty Chain.
I'm always sad.
So she is new, and you'll note, like, when you get a new hero, they usually don't let you click through it quickly like you can with the other things. Yeah, this one I can't skip either. I think there's a setting you can change for that. This is an artifact. Timeless Anchor. This artifact is not amazing. There are some, rare heroes that might use it, but it's pretty niche. Like Counter Apoc Robbie sometimes has it, and sometimes you see it on Dark Corvus. Okay, Carrot. I think we already have one. Oh no, it says new.
Efficiency in everything I do.
Carrot was a 3-star hero, and they gave her what's called a specialty change, like a year ago probably. Specialty change is a way to enhance a 3-star hero. It gives them, extra abilities and stats and everything. Basically raises them up to kind of the level of a 4-star and gives them other things. And she was quite the terror for a while. Okay, then we got Prophetic Candlestick, which is not super useful, but can be used in some spots. Alright, so we didn't get lucky there. I'm going to save, these Aespa bookmarks for Karina next week. And I think that'll be it for now. I'm going to go ahead and continue to progress through the adventure path. I'll probably do a few more and try to unlock some more stuff, and we'll be back next time. See you guys later.